we are definitely in the middle of shift, where according to CEA, the substation capacity grew by 17.7% in just this fiscal, right, in FY25. So it clearly reflects the commitment what as a country what we are taking, right, where we want to grow, and we have to strengthen our transmission and distribution backbone going forward, and that is how we have to tackle the transformations which are taking place in terms of innovative solutions, technologies, Gen AI, and all those things which are coming. How we have to integrate those in our power sector and then see a better future or better substations or overall infrastructure, if I talk about, right. And also we have to also see, like, it's not always about the expansion but we are thinking of, it is also about the innovation and the technologies, how they are going to actually fuel these growth, right. So to start with, I would definitely try to start with the problem statement which already had been mentioned in the context, right. So uh, India is highly vulnerable to the uh, urban floodings, if we say, like, if we see the cities like Mumbai, Chennai, or Northeast India in monsoon part, right? So the floods are in like the traditional substations has to completely shut down because of for the risk and everything. So that is where I feel one innovation which is actually happening in form of submersible substations. So I think those substations should be planned wisely and should be planned with the urban planning department, like which are those locations where these needs to be prioritized and which needs to be I would say installed and deployed. And definitely the benefits we already know, like they can ensure uninterrupted power supply during floods, making them critical for emergency services, hospitals, water pumps, telecommunications, so that those services should go on, right. And and also it helps utilities reduce outage costs during those unprecedented times. I mean, they can reduce cost for those particular areas where they see the floods happen very often, right. So this is something which they can think of. And the second thing which I also feel is IEC 61850 based digital substations. I mean, the technology is here right now, and I think I was reading some CA article where it says around 15 to 20% of substations are only digitalized in India. If we talk about, if we talk about digital substation landscape, but there are opportunities where we can increase these more and more and more, right? Because it is not just about that's what I said. Like, it is not just about having the expansion growth, rather than we have to also include the technology front, because it comes with lot many advantages. If I talk about what it means for utilities to have the digital substation, so basically it enhances your real-time monitoring and automation part, right, where faults can be detected very fast, and then you can have you can segregate those faults very like promptly, right. And the second is definitely it enables your predictive maintenance, right. Equipment health is consistently monitored, and then you can reduce your unplanned downtime basically with the help of those technologies. And the third part, which I think Harshal also talked about, the interoperability part, where devices from multiple vendors can communicate seamlessly, right, because of these technologies supporting phased upgrades. And also it actually reduces your cost of upgrade efficiency, because when you upgrade these systems with multiple solutions, you have got that interoperability into the system, right. And the important part is with these kind of technologies, you will have cyber security in place by design, right. Your digital substation can integrate robust layered security controls, and definitely it is very critical for today's threat landscape what we see. So this is something which was from IC 650 based substation, which should be increased, which I feel. And the third part in the innovation side, if I touch upon, is something like integration with renewable energy storage, right? I mean, this is something which has to happen, because right now we have got huge base of renewable energy systems in terms of solar, wind, and we have got REMCs set up across the states and everywhere. So how we are going to leverage, right? So I would see there are two things which we can think of, like hybrid substations, how we can create hybrid substations which can handle both, like AC and DC. And it can also integrate HVDC lines, wind farms, and solar parks into it, right? And the second part, how energy storage integrated substations can be built, right, which can enable us peak energy savings, frequency regulations, and load shifting kind of situations. And definitely utilities have to think more from the future readiness side, because we have got lot many technology, like we are also talking about hydrogen based fuel cells. So all those things are there. So, and definitely if I talk about the compliance side, I mean compliance side is just also there. I mean we need to see the policies and compliance, how we are going to meet those. Next thing, definitely from the innovation side, if what I can think of is modular and mobile substations. I mean those are also very important in terms of you know so definitely whatever the substations we are going to build, they are kind of permanent infrastructure which we are building, but definitely we need something mobile which can be used as and when required, in terms of kind of disaster recovery. If something is happening, we can just go plug and play and just use some, we can reduce outage times, and it can become a game changer for discoms, because they can reduce a lot many operate I mean outage costs they can reduce by using these kind of substations, right? And if I talk about the fifth one, would be something in general, I would say substations that can revolutionize your green energy, basically how the green energy can be made available, right? And if we see some of the reports like CEEW or CEE, I mean they already they already show us like around 1.1 billion tons of carbon dioxide is emitted per year, right? So I mean how we are going to reduce and how we are going to become carbon neutral kind of environment, right? So solutions would be like, there are many solutions which needs to be explored, like solid state transformers, how those can be enabled, and then space based solar power, which is also called as BSP, and then carbon negative substations, how those things can be implemented. So these are some of the areas which has to be thought of, right? And with these five things, I just want to have like what could be the key takeaways from my discussion, like from the innovations which we think in the power sector. So basically, uh, we have to think beyond the capex also, because definitely the innovation comes with the cost, right? I mean, it is not as easy as we have to just go and deploy it. So and definitely when it comes to the cost, we see capex first, like what is coming through, right? So because innovative substations can lower your long-term O&M costs and improve your SAFE and other performance indices. So these things needs to be planned, right? And definitely we need to prioritize interoperability and cybersecurity, because that is the thing which has to be implemented, because of now the with the technology, the things are becoming more interconnected. So I think cybersecurity is the first layer with which we should be thinking by design. And third thing I would be giving is like something collaborative approach with system integrators and OEMs, because a strong ecosystem for any utility helps them deploy the solution faster, and also it ensures trainings and supports wherever they need, because that is where the ecosystem works for. And in conclusion, if I think we have to think substations are no longer a passive node. We have to think like they are the brain, heart, and lungs of tomorrow's grid. So that is where we have to think how we are going to plan those innovations. And by embracing these innovations, India definitely can leapfrog to a future where energy is clean, resilient, and equitable for all, right? So and also what I feel like the question isn't if we adopt these solutions, rather it is about how fast we can scale them. So that is where we should be thinking of. So with this, I think I'm open for questions, and thank you APR again for giving me this opportunity. Thank you.